Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Culinary and Lifestyle with Jacqueline. Oh my God, I am sitting here with this amazing chef. Chef Travon, tell him your name, your full name.
Travon Jones.
Travon Jones.
Yes.
And how long have you been a chef?
I've been a chef professionally for at least about maybe 12 years now.
Yeah?
12 years now, yeah. I was cooking in a few restaurants before that. Of course, I'm like self-taught, so I didn't really go to school for cooking. It just really landed on me at that time. But I didn't know anything. I would just work at this job, work at this job. Now I just really got good at it. And I was like, oh, okay, I can do this for myself.
Exactly.
And then it pretty much started like that, So.
And you had a love for it.
Yeah.
At what age?
Well, what happened was my grandmother actually brought me in the kitchen when I was about maybe 7 or 8, and she was like, "Come in the kitchen so I can teach you how to cook," stuff like that. At 7, you just like, okay, because it wasn't like any cooking shows like that back in the day. Not how it is today,
Right.
So back then, my grandmother just had like a whole lot of cookbooks and stuff like that, and she would just be cooking like different type of cuisines and dishes and things like that. So one day she was like, "Come in the kitchen, I'm gonna try to cook." I was like, "All right, cool." And then that was like my first introduction of like world cuisine food.
Okay.
And then when I got a little bit older, around 16, 17, I started working at a few little fast food jobs and things like that. And then I elevated to chain restaurants, and then I went to hotels and things like that. So just throughout the whole process, I was like, I felt like I got really good at it. And then the more I put myself into it, the better I got into it. So I didn't really go to school for it. I just learned my own. I just became pretty good at it.
Yeah, self-taught.
Yeah.
It's so amazing that, see guys, you can do whatever you want to do. It's so amazing that a lot of the chefs that I speak with and I talk to, you, Chef Jeremy, Chef Alante, just so many of you are knowing at an early age that, okay, I kind of like this. And then one of the Chef Alante, what's up, my brother? He said that he just started pulling things out, finding things in the kitchen when there was nothing to eat. He was like, a chef can put anything together.
Right. It was like that. That's what you call like survival mode. But
that's what he said.
But you don't know that it's going to lead to a career later.
Wow.
Because my mom used to, my mom was a single mom. So, I used to come home from school sometimes, and if it wasn't any leftovers,
right,
I had to go in the kitchen and be find something. And I've always been creative like that. So you put the creativity with what your grandmother taught you at 7 years old, you put it together, but you don't get it at that time.
Right.
It comes later. So when you get it, it's like, I know about this. So I could walk in almost anybody's house. I'm supposed to be like, man, ain't no food in the house. And I walk in the house, I'm like, oh, y'all got this, that. I'm going to whip some up right quick.
Right.
So, it's the creativity.
Wow, that's awesome. Yeah. So I want to dig into a little bit of how did you start cooking? Well, I know you made dishes for many celebrities, many people. You cook for everybody. But CeeLo, I'm interested in. So tell me how that came about, and then what did you cook for him as well?
That was about maybe 2 years ago, I believe. And at the time I was just now getting my name out there in Atlanta. I'm from LA, so when I came out here, I was really just
West Side.
I was really just I was doing almost every event, just everything. I was getting tagged like crazy, and I was just doing everything at a time.
Wow.
So a young lady hit me up, was like, "Hey, I'm doing this. I think CeeLo, he does like this little fundraiser thing or something for forgot.
Is it like once a year?
Yeah, it's like once a year. He does like this. He does like this little event for like his neighborhood in a way.
Okay.
And he does it every year. And at the time, it was about to happen around. I can't really remember the actual date.
Oh, that's fine.
But it was around that time, and I think client of mine knew somebody else, and she had tagged me in a person. And she saw that and was like, "I want to reach out to him for CeeLo's event." And so she reached out to me and was like, "It's for CeeLo, yada 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 yada. Just come out and just
do your thing.
I said, "Okay, cool." And so the dish I had made for him was a chicken cacciatore dish. It's like an Italian dish. So I made that for him and his family, and cause it was really just for his own little section. So it's about maybe 30 or 40 people there, but it was a lot in the crowd, but just for his own section, it was for those people,
So you cooked for 30 or 40 people for his people?
For his people.
By yourself? Wow, so you used to cooking like that?
Yeah, yes ma'am.
Right.
So that's kind of how that went, and we took photos and stuff like that, and I networked around a little bit that day. Goody Ma came out there to do a show and stuff like that.
That's
so
right.
It was pretty good.
Yeah, because you can start cooking for all of them if you haven't already, because it seems like in Atlanta, y'all are moving and shaking.
Yeah. It's, one thing about Atlanta that I love is how we all just come together, and it's really it's a competition, but it's really not a competition.
I got you.
The competition is more so I'm not better than you or you better than me, but it's more so I did this. What can you do?
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
It's not
then they did that, and I, so it's kind of we motivate each other through the competition, but it's not throwing shade in the competition. That makes sense.
It makes a lot of sense.
So just bettering ourselves as a culinary artist, basically.
And I love it. So what are you gonna prepare for me today and my audience that's watching?
It's gonna be a rosemary crusted chicken with ribbon pasta, truffle per blanc, shaved truffles, and chili oil and balsamic glaze.
Oh, that sounds fancy.
Yeah.
That's fancy. You fancy.
Yeah, a little bit. I try to sometimes when you make dishes, it don't. Even though it may sound fancy and look fancy, it's simple things that you can do at the house. Yeah. People think let's go to a fancy restaurant. It's if you got the right ingredients and the right choices in your house, you can make it happen. Yeah. I mean, for those that can really cook. Now, you can't cook now. That's a different story, But
you're in a lot of trouble.
Right.
All right. Well, we're going to move on to our next location, which is the kitchen. Okay. Throw down.
Okay, cool, baby.
All right. So now we are here in the kitchen about to get started. And we got some water boiling over there. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Now what we're about to do. Go ahead, do your thing, Trey.
I'm about to season this chicken.
All right.
Quick.
Now you have already cut it.
Yes, ma'am.
You sliced off the bone?
Just
was
the
that
bone.
what it was?
Yeah, just the rib cage of the breast.
Okay.
Yes. So I just sliced
now, why do you do that? You can keep I'm just going to be talking to you.
When you're doing, because actually I'm going to cut this chicken after it cooks. I'm going to slice it like that, so the bone's going to be in the way if I slice it. And most of the time when people eat chicken breast, they don't really want the rib cage or the bone. Gotcha. I guess it's a preference thing. I don't know.
Okay. So it's gonna be like a gourmet slice.
Yes, ma'am. So what we're going to do here is get some rosemary.
Always love rosemary.
Fresh herbs.
Looks real good.
This is just the beginning.
Right. Yes.
Rosemary. Here. I love color too.
Me too.
I think
and it just smells so good already.
Very fragrant.
Yes. Fresh black pepper.
Yes, ma'am.
Everything y'all do, fresh. Chefs always want their everything fresh.
You just get more of a I don't know, just you just get more of just just a nice taste with that.
Yes.
So,
Now that's olive oil.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
This is my special blend seasoning.
Okay. Something you put together with
Yes, ma'am. And we're gonna actually start selling this.
Oh, really?
Soon.
Okay.
But I want y'all to taste it, so you can like, you know what?
I want that.
You got to sell that. You got to sell that. So, then just a little bit of salt, not too much.
No, you don't even need them.
No, just a little bit, like just a hair. Because you got pasta with salt, you have sauce with salt,
right?
And then you have my special herb blend with salt.
Right.
So just a little bit, just to kind of like bring out that to it. You know, that's it.
Yeah.
So that's one side.
To ruin a dish, too much salt.
Too much salt. That's it. You can always add, but you can't take away.
Cannot.
Okay. So now we're gonna repeat the whole process again on the back, because I'm seasoning the whole chicken.
Right. You're not just doing the
Yeah, we do the whole chicken.
The whole thing. Quick 30-minute dish, y'all. It don't take long. You don't have to stay in the kitchen and slave all day over a dish anymore. Quick 30-minute meals. And it's a gourmet type meal as well with Chef Trey. Now, how are we going to cook this chicken?
We're going to pan sear this chicken.
Okay, pan seared.
Pan sear. And then we're going to stick it in the oven. So we're just going to sear the skin side down.
Okay.
A nice crispy crust. Not burnt, but crispy crust.
Right.
Then flip it back over. Straight in the oven.
All right, let's see. Yes, I love it.
And you always want to use medium high heat, not too high because it's going to burn that skin.
Okay.
So you want to have it between like 7-ish in a way.
Okay.
So you hear that sound?
But not burnt.
But not burnt.
Okay.
And because the seasoning has a little bit of brown sugar into it, you have to watch that as well, because brown sugar will burn if you don't watch it correctly.
Okay.
So, there we go.
That's what you want to hear.
That's the sound you want to hear.
You want to hear that sound.
That's the sound you want to hear.
Like you said, you can always turn it down.
Exactly.
Y'all said, y'all don't mind popping. Like, y'all don't mind it. They say, I just popped so many times it don't matter. I was like, wow. But the way that you cook, Chef Trey, I can really see why you get the jobs that you get and who you cook for and things like that, because you're very neat, you're very, everything is organized and clean, and I mean, that's the chef that you want.
You smell that?
I smell that aroma. Yes. When you put it in that oil a little bit, that rosemary just took off everything.
Blossom. That's what you want.
Yep.
Oh, that's the color you want. But like a little bit longer, we're going to take it out, put it in the pan, put it in the oven. And everything else is going to do the rest.
And it'll cook the inside. Oh, wow. Now, are we going to flip it over when we put it in the oven, or you just going to leave it on that side?
I'm gonna put the breast onto the pan, and so the skin side will be up. And
Okay.
And sometimes you can do it like that, depending on how crispy you want the skin. Leave it on the skin side now, stretch it up. Depending on how you want it.
This is awesome.
So.
Yep, I see that little crispy.
But you don't want to go too dry, like I said before, because of that brown sugar.
Exactly.
That's the color you want right there.
Oh my goodness, that looks so good.
That's all you want right there. That's all the color you want. Anything else would be
right.
Yes.
All right, so we're gonna put this in the oven. All right, so now you just put the garlic in.
So, you Yeah, a little scissor here.
Yeah.
Alright.
Getting ready. And now explain to me what these are.
This is a truffle per blanc cream sauce.
Okay. Truffle per blanc.
Beurre blanc.
Beurre blanc.
Beurre blanc.
Beurre blanc. Cream
Truffle
sauce.
Beurre blanc cream sauce. Yes.
Okay. Now, is this Italian? Sort of?
Anyway.
In a way.
Now, the French term is the French beurre blanc. That's a French term.
Oh, gotcha.
But the
So it's
actual
more
dish,
French. Okay.
the actual dish is more Italian.
Okay. All right. Teach me.
So we got that garlic going. And like I say, you don't want to, just want to translucent garlic, not cooked
That's
garlic.
right. Always a student.
There we go. There we go.
Now, what kind of pasta is that?
This is ribbon pasta.
Ribbon?
Ribbon pasta.
Okay.
Yes. Like a tagliatelle ribbon pasta.
Okay, now it's already pre-cooked, so we can move a little faster for you guys. Yes.
Please excuse me, and I add this sauce.
Alrighty. Oh my goodness. That looks so good.
Now you can turn it up a little if you want to, because now you have sauce that's going to catch that garlic without burning.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. That's that. So now we're going to drop our pasta to the water. Since it's 4 of you, I think this probably should be enough.
Yeah.
Okay. So we got that. And like I said, we're just heating the pasta up because it's already cooked.
It's right. We pre-cooked it for everybody. I was just letting them know.
So now we can put that heat up a little bit.
Okay.
We want this sauce to reduce. Not by half, but enough so the pasta can, the sauce can stick to the pasta.
Now, are these the same pastas? I mean, sauces?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
He called me man one more time.
Yes, yes, yes.
That's an inside joke we got going. So you adding the seasoning now.
This is the herb. A little bit of rosemary here.
You love it, huh? I do too. That rosemary.
Now this is wild black truffles. This is going to actually help around the dish as well.
Wow, black truffles.
Okay. Heat that up a little bit.
Can I taste one?
Sure, you sure can.
Don't taste like nothing really. It tastes like a mushroom.
Yeah, but it's a mushroom. It's a
Mmm.
mushroom.
Tastes like a mushroom.
So now that the water's already out this pasta, we'll just add like a little bit of pasta to this, okay?
Okay, that's
we'll
fine.
do with that. That's why you have more sauce, just in case. More pasta, you have more sauce.
That's right.
So always be prepared.
Always.
Always, always. Now,
I like him.
we can add a little bit of herb butter to this.
Now that's garlic, right? Garlic butter or no?
You can say yes.
Yes, because I just got introduced to that.
That.
Wow, truffles. I've never had truffles. Not like, I don't think I've known what they really were like this.
You smell it?
I know, yes. Oh, it smells so good.
That's not gonna be enough?
Little. Yeah.
Okay. What you think now?
That's good.
That's good?
Yeah.
There you go.
That looks good.
Now, I feel like we need some more sauce. We can add some more sauce. Something like creamy like that.
Yeah. Now, how many times have you made this dish?
You really want to know?
Yeah.
It's my second time making it.
Oh, wow.
Seriously.
Oh, wow.
Cheese.
And that cheese is going to melt right in there.
Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Black pepper. And one thing about, food is all about flavor, and flavor.
Flavor. I agree.
No matter what you're doing, where you get,
Now what is that? Raw?
Chicken stock.
Chicken stock, okay.
Again, flavor.
Yeah, because who wants bland cooking?
Anything.
No more bland cooking.
Anything, right.
Not on this show.
Some lemon zest.
Looks good. I love this. There you go. And you twirl it around.
And of course, you know, you can get as much pasta as you want.
Right. So we make it pretty. Wow.
Feel like almost like a little mess here.
Okay. Serving.
So now what we're going to do?
That chicken. Oh, like that, like that. Okay.
Nice and juicy.
Yes. I love it. And you say you've only made it one other time.
One at a time. This is the second time. But visually, I kind of like know what I want.
Exactly. You just know.
Mm-hmm.
And this is a chicken breast.
Yes, chicken breast.
Just one, serving.
Mm-hmm. So the juices fall a little bit. Put it right there, okay.
Oh,
Now,
gorgeous.
now,
Look at this, everybody. Do y'all see this? Do y'all see this?
now.
Oh my God, it is. Oh,
Thank you.
I have to show my people.
So now, we're going to take a little bit of chili oil.
Okay.
You know, chili oil is made for a lot of, used for a lot of things.
Okay.
So it really just depends on the texture of the dish, the flavor of the dish, what content you want to use it for, stuff like that. So,
Okay.
or just be for color, so really just
So what are we using it for today? For color?
for color.
Okay.
Yes. So I'm just gonna put a bit of that right there.
Oh my goodness.
Okay. Then
Is that the balsamic? Okay, a little bit of balsamic.
Mm-hmm. Not too much.
Balsamic glaze.
Too much. Okay. A little bit of this truffle oil.
Okay.
Okay. Then I'm going to get squeeze of lemon.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to get shaved dark truffle on top of the chicken.
Now what is that?
Shaved truffle.
Okay.
So the same truffle we had before.
That we cooked with.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Which was rehydrated because it's dry.
Okay.
So we just rehydrated. Okay. And then get you a little bit of lemon zest.
Lemon zest. Make it a little tangy a little bit.
Then
That's a pretty plate, y'all. This is a pretty dish.
a little bit more Parmesan cheese. And then you finish it
With a little bit of color.
with a little bit of color of
That parsley always is good at the
parsley.
end.
That is your chicken dish.
This is it. And the name of this dish again is
It is a rosemary crusted
chicken breast.
chicken
Okay.
breast with ribbon pasta, truffle, beurre blanc,
cream sauce.
Yeah, we got it. Oh,
And
guys.
chili oil and parsley.
Oh
Yes.
my God, the chili oil. You gotta have color. Everything is beautiful. All right, so this is it.
That's it.
This is awesome.
It's good.
Good.
Really, really delicious.
Can you taste all the flavors? Okay. It doesn't it's like overpowering or underpowering.
And that zest take it to another level.
It sure
Right.
does.
Right.
And the little
Awesome
crunchiness of the meat, the chicken.
Awesome choice.
Thank you.
That pasta, you really good.